Every writer has their struggles. A writing career is really just a montage of difficulties and setbacks, mixed in with successes here and there. At least that's how it feels to me. In this video, I'm going to talk about 6.5 common struggles that all writers face and how to overcome them. And yes, you heard me correctly. 6.5 struggles. What's up, guys? My name is Michael Ronn with Author Level Up, helping you write better and faster. If you're new here, consider subscribing. Click the little bell to get helpful writing videos every week. And in this writing video, we're talking about writers' struggles. If you've been doing this for as long as I have, you start to see predictable patterns. Here's a secret. Struggles follow a predictable pattern, just like a story does. If you learn the pattern, you can also learn how to disrupt it. Struggle number 1 is lack of time. If you work a full-time job, have a family, or are going back to school, I get it. But if writing is what you really want to do, you'll find time for it. Many aspiring writers say they want to be writers, but they don't really have what it takes. That's why they never do it. The best tip I found over the years to write a lot is to write whenever I have time, even if it's just a few minutes. When I first started, I wanted hours at a time on my calendar so that I could write. Not only was that not realistic, it was just silly. These days, I've cut almost everything out of my life that isn't writing or reading related, and I write every chance I get. It's a mindset shift, but it's painfully necessary if you're a part-time author. I also write on my phone for those times when I'm not at my desk, when I'm at the grocery store, when I'm in the backseat of an Uber car, etc. It all adds up. Time is an early struggle in most writers' careers, but once you've written a book or two, you learn to overcome it for good, which leads me to struggle number 2, which is writer's block. I've recorded an entire playlist on overcoming writer's block, and I'll link to it at the end of this video. But not knowing what to write next is a common problem. I also cover this extensively in my book, Be a Writing Machine. The good news is that this problem is not insurmountable. For the sake of this video, my advice is not the advice you want to hear. Just keep plugging through. You'll overcome it. And when you do, you'll start running into more difficult problems. Struggle 2.5 is that readers don't seem to be interested in your work or the ability to get traction. You find the time to write, you beat writer's block, and you publish your book, and it doesn't sell. Trust me, it sucks. A writer engulfed in this struggle tends to start throwing ads at their work. They tend to take to social media and do anything and everything to drum up attention for their book. Still, it falls flat. In my experience, I found that it's not so much that I have a traction issue. It's usually because there's some issue with the book that turns readers away, like a bad cover, a bad story opening, no editing, or a bad book description. That's why I call this a half struggle. You can't really overcome it until you diagnose the problem. And that problem can be one of two things. Struggle number 3 is getting better at the craft of writing. This is a lifelong struggle and not one that you can overcome in a day or two. Maybe your book didn't succeed because you didn't command readers' attention. The struggle here is finding out how to learn craft. I've bought every writing book out there, listened to interviews with writers, and those didn't really help me. What helped me was taking courses with professional writers and learning how to read best-selling books and analyzing how they hooked readers. Again, a lifetime struggle, but the key is to start. Or, let's say your story's good. Maybe you have another problem, which leads me to struggle number 4, and that's marketing. Maybe you need to learn book descriptions, or how to create better book covers, or how to make your book covers speak to your target audience better. Maybe you need to learn how to write better email newsletters, or improve your website. This struggle is distinctly different from the traction issue because this time around, you're improving things that should help with your traction issue. You don't feel as much like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall. This struggle is also easier to overcome than the writing craft issue because you can be somewhat objective about it. A cover either works or it doesn't. An email sign-up either converts or it doesn't. But how do you know if your cliffhanger ending in chapter 32 worked? You don't really unless readers tell you. So let's say you've done your best and improved your craft, improved your marketing, and your book still doesn't get traction. It's tough to take, especially if you spend a lot of time trying to make your book more marketable. And here we are at the most dangerous struggle that you will ever face in your career, one that will destroy you if you let it. Struggle number 5 is lack of confidence. Now, writers are not typically confident people by nature. I don't know why this is, but we're liable to turn into Eeyores whenever things don't go our way. And I don't say that as a jab, I say it because I'm susceptible to it too. Lack of confidence is present at all stages in a writer's career, but it's the most deadly when you've published a few books that didn't hit the expectations that you had for them. It makes you wonder if you have what it takes, if you can really do this, if anyone will ever buy your work at all. I've seen dozens and dozens of writers quit because of this. That's how deadly it is. I watch them regress slowly into other struggles. First, it's confidence. Then suddenly they stop learning craft. Then they don't have time to write anymore. They're all but doomed. The way to overcome this is to learn confidence. If you don't have it, fake it. Learn how to ignore your critical voice. Learn how to push forward even when you feel like absolute crap, because you will feel like crap more often than not. It's just temporary. Lack of confidence stops momentum, which in my opinion is one of the most important things you need to protect as a writer. Without momentum, you don't make progress. Struggle number 6 is learning business. Every writer has to learn how to run their publishing career like a business at some point. You do that by learning the basics of business, how to think about your books as products, and how to meet readers where they are. But this is perhaps beyond the scope of this video. Just know that it's a problem. To help you guys overcome your struggles, I put together a playlist that will help you overcome writer's block, lack of time, and the other issues I talk about in this video. Be sure to check it out. That's it for this video. If this is your first time watching, I would love to have you subscribe. Every week I publish videos just like this one with writing advice to help you write better and grow your influence with readers. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.